whole point of meeting you is for us to help deliver the government program in terms of social welfare, child services, and women empowerment. Okay? This year, the ministry has been given the responsibility of looking after children as well. So you can see that we are expanding our services. Yes, on the offset, I will say that we have received a lot of complaints regarding our services. I will not deny that. Okay, there has been some areas where we found weaknesses, and we are here to see how best we can help you. Okay? So those of you who have complaints for me this morning, you can be rest assured that we will listen to your complaints. We might not be able to please everybody. As you know, that we work under a strict budget that is given by the government. But whatever is within our means, we will try to assist you in every possible manner. Sometimes what happens, people come to us for requests regarding other services like land issues, water, and the rest that does not come under our social welfare. But what we do is we take your reports back to the other ministries and we follow it up. One of the prime priorities for me now is to ensure that we follow up all the cases that have been pending for a lot of time. And I would agree that we have cases that go back a couple of years. People have applied and my ministry, my department, I'll say my officers have not responded to you. So we will try to clear that backlog and we will try to respond to you. I've said give us 6 weeks, give your branch officers 6 weeks to come back to you, whether it's a yes or whether it's a no, and how else we can be of assistance to you. Sorry, I forgot to introduce you. That's our Permanent Secretary, Dr. Josefa. This is our Member of Parliament, Mr. Sanjit Patel, your own rep. Okay? And you've been introduced to my Director of Social Welfare. We had the Director of Women here as well, but she had to go back to Suva. We also have members of the Poverty Monitoring Unit. The challenges that we face in the ministry, like I said, is remoteness of villages and areas, access to transport, okay? And sometimes we have applications that are not complete. So it takes us time to contact people, get us your TIN number, get us your photograph, get us your birth certificate so that we can process. But like I can assure you, it should not take a year for us to process. It should not take us a year. Yeah? It can take us 6 weeks, or it can go probably a few weeks here and there, or even in shortest possible time.
Shortest possible, it shouldn't take 1 year or 6 months, please.
Now, like I said, you've got to listen to what I'm saying. I said it should not take. I've already said it. Okay?
Yeah.
And like I said, we can assure you that we will try to do it, but you've got to understand that every day applications flood into us. And like any other ministry, we have issues of transport, we have issues of staff shortage, and we are trying to work within what is given to us by the government. Okay? And I would not put too much blame on my staff as well because of the pressures of working for a ministry that looks after almost everybody in the country. We are considered to be a very small ministry, but I think we do the greatest job, right? We have to address the needs of the poor, the disadvantaged, the disabled, the elderly, the senior, you name it, right? From where the food on the table comes to what happens to a senior citizen when he retires without any funds and benefit. This is a start in a very good, we've started on a very positive note, and we hope that with your cooperation and blessing and support, okay, we should be able to deliver our services to you. Okay, like issues for us is one, the way our senior citizens are treated in the society. That's an issue for us. You might say, well, that's an issue for the minister. That's the minister, that's your issue. I disagree. That is an issue for the society. It's an issue for all of us. Okay? We may be the ministry looking after the disadvantaged, but why do we have this problem? Why are children pushing the elderly on the streets? Why are families pushing the disabled and the mentally challenged on the streets? Why is there increase in domestic violence? Why are children being abused? Okay? Big serious issue for the government and for our ministry. But we have to work together. We have to work together. And let me assure you that we are very serious about these issues, and we've started having task force response teams to speed up work. Simple example, the ministry has a zero tolerance for child labor and child begging. These are our children. We have started taking children off the streets. So a warning to the parents and the families who are using their children to earn money. I came across a little boy, 8 years old, one evening, after a movie, 11 p.m., and I said, what are you doing? I was selling some pies and buns in front of Damodar cinemas. He said, he didn't know who I was. So I said, well, what are you doing here? You should be sleeping. You have school? Yes, ma'am. He said, ma'am, I have to look after my family. I said, who said you have to look after your family? He says, my parents don't earn enough. So wake up call for parents. Plan your families, right? When you have children, family planning is important. You only have children for whom you can look after, right? You cannot stay inside homes and let your children go and beg on the streets. We have found cases of children sitting on the other side of the street and the child begging on this side of the street. They watch from there. Because we have more compassion for children, right? When they put their hands out in front of you, if it's a child, out of compassion and sympathy and generosity, okay, here, son. But the moment we stop doing that, the solution to this is this. The moment we stop giving out like this to people on the streets, they will come to us. I've already told them, knock on our doors and we will help you. But we will not support begging on our streets. I've just had a meeting with your town council officials. Nadi also has a serious problem of begging. A very serious problem. But you can't blame me for that. Eh? I have inherited those problems. It was before I came in. It was before governments came in. But this year, we have stepped up our operations. And we are going to work with the town council. We are going to work with the police officers to ensure that we stop these people from coming. Right? And we provide a solution to them. We have solutions. We have solutions, believe me. We are ready to assist them now if they come to us and say, we are going to get off the streets, Minister, what will you do for me? I have a solution for them. But I'll give you a classic example. This has happened to me in Suva. We give them everything, the next day they're back on the street. They're back on the street. I've been told there are some people who sleep on Nadi, opposite market, and they said, if the ministry is going to support us, they will get off the streets. I asked them, what's the guarantee they will get off the street? They give me a guarantee that they will not come on the streets. We will provide them with things for them to start a decent life from tomorrow. But the sad fact is, ladies and gentlemen, these are generational beggars. Eh? Their grandfathers were begging, their fathers were begging, the children are begging. So that is a question, a very serious issue for all of us to solve. If you have solutions, plans and programs, come see. That's why we are here. I'm not somebody who's going to hide something under the carpet and say, well, say it doesn't exist. We are not going to do that. We will try, and we will try, and we will try. If we are successful, good on us. If we are not successful, at least we can sit back and say, we tried. Okay? We tried, and we will try. Second issue for us is the increasing number of people depending on our social welfare assistance. At the moment, we have over 20,000 Fijian families that benefit from our assistance. The plan is not to increase the 20,000 to 30,000. The plan is to take some of you off our social welfare benefit scheme and put you towards income-generating projects. Otherwise, you will keep building that dependency syndrome, the handout syndrome. So again, if you are a social welfare recipient here, or if you want us to put you into a poverty benefit scheme where you get a food voucher and some cash allowance, we will try to assist you with projects rather than giving you that, if I can make myself clear. Otherwise, come the next 5-10 years, we will have 50,000 or 60,000 because every day numbers increase. Every day numbers increase. Okay? Come up with plans and projects. If you have land, if you have a business-minded proposal, come to us. We will assist you. We will assist you. I'm not saying I'm going to give you $100,000 each, but I will give you enough for you to start something, roll your family income. Okay? Roll your family income. If you're a disabled person, if you're a handicapped person, doesn't mean you cannot earn a living for yourself. Right? We are here to assist you.
Thank you.
Right? Especially in Fiji with land available and resources available and a population that can be controlled. I sometimes do not understand why people continue to come to us. Well, I think I should understand poverty is in Fiji. I'm not going to say people are not poor, right? So here we are to see the best ways we can assist you get out of your poverty. On the other hand, we have had families who have been receiving assistance for a long, long time. Their children have grown up, their lifestyles have improved, children have started walking, yet they continue to ask. But we need to get you off so that I can get a new family on that. Get that? So when we terminate, because the son is now walking, the daughter is now walking, slowly after 10 years, lifestyles have improved, you come up to us and complain, why was it terminated? Please don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. We are looking through our system as to identify those families who have a better living standard compared to what it was 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 2 years ago. Right? Then the excuse comes, oh minister, my son is married, he has his own children, so he can't look after me. That's wrong. That's wrong. As parents, you must make your children realize that you are their responsibility, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. Not fully. If they have their own families, then partly children should be able to support their parents, because these are the parents who have worked hard, who have toiled day and night to do what? To allow us to grow up. So how can we children, the younger generation, how can we disregard our duty to our senior citizens? Wherever I go, this is the message I give. The younger generation should not forget that one day, we will fall in the senior citizen category. And the sooner people realize that, maybe little bits of solution will come to us. Okay? Clear? Last issue for me as a minister, domestic violence. A very serious issue for Fiji. Statistics say that 64% of women in Fiji are subjected to domestic violence. And of course, by who? I'm not going to say it. You can say it. By who?
Husbands.
Maybe husbands, maybe partners within the family, okay? So to the gentlemen present out here today, please become good role models for the younger children. Don't beat up your wives. There are other ways of solving your problems, okay? And on that note, if I remind you of the domestic violence decree, it's a law. The moment you hit a woman, there's nothing such as reconciliation. You will be charged. And we are here to make sure that the police do their job, to ensure that we are able to reduce domestic violence to a significant level. Fiji, within the Pacific, is ranked as second highest in domestic violence issues. That's a sad case. Okay? Very sad, very sad. So go back home, teach your sons, teach your grandchildren, even the women too. The women, we need to exercise control, patience, work in partnership with your partners, with your husbands. Teach your boys how to respect women. Right? There's always a solution to our problem. So hopefully we are able to carry out more workshops this year. Okay? Use more faith-based organizations. We'll use our faith-based organizations to promote these values of respect, care for the elderly, love for the elderly, respect for women, care for children. There's so many issues. And finally, all those people who have families who are sitting here, please go back and convey, our message to your family to instill these values in the children. And finally, once again, I would like to apologize on my ministry's part if we haven't been able to assist you and help you come out of your hardships. But like I said, it's a new year. Okay? We have a new vision. We have new goals to achieve. And with your support, we should be able to do it. Naka.